Hello and welcome to the Cat Collective. I'm Nina, I'm the channel for this channel, and let's start. Community. Oh, an anomaly. Look at that. So, I'm gonna pull some more story. Healing. Metamorphosis. Again, very community based, right? And growth. Okay. And communion. It's very nice. So, love this. Love this. Communication, community, communion. What is? Okay. This came in this way. So, just noticed. And this also. Okay, that's in. Okay. I think something's happening. You are the center somehow. I think that's your energy. Amongst all those wintry cards, right? This is also my deck is quite, but this is you, right? This is you. Wow. And I think what you're doing is you're healing your community somehow, and certainly it grows. So it really feels like a gathering community around you, and it's profound because it's like planting seeds, right? And waiting for them to grow, right? And a little bit of time needs to pass, right? But when it grows, it's big, right? It's metamorphosis. It's, you know, look, like, I think you're transforming a lot, and not just your community, but also you, right? It's your transformation, and you somehow is causing the metamorphosis to happen, and the growth of your community. So it really feels like maybe you are just starting some project, maybe online, right, where you are just starting to present yourself, and it may not have taken off so far so much, but suddenly, you know, the seeds are growing, you know, and it's a bit unusual, I think, because of this card. What I noticed with this is it's almost a reverse thing, because one might think, you know, it's the best example is a YouTube video, right? You put it out there, and then usually what should happen is right after you post it, something, you know, the people come in, right? But for me, somehow, it really looks like a bit of a different story, where you are planting some sort of seeds, and you put them all together, right? It's a sea of creation, and then it starts to grow somehow, right? It's going backwards, right? It's like people are, yeah, it's like those seeds that you put in the ground, and then they, after a while, they start to grow, right? And it's like looking backwards. The flowers start to blossom, right? And it seems to me that it starts with you freeing yourself from some sort of restriction somehow. Maybe the restriction of not feeling worthy somehow, right? And but you know, it's there's also so much energy coming in that I'm almost blown away. Like, I'm almost crying because there's so much happening, and it's the healing, right? It's the truth is something that you take for granted until it's lost or until it hurts, right? And this is, self-explanatory, right? Where you are supposed to be happy, but you're not. But I think you are putting it in reverse, and I think your situation is transforming, and your faith in this, your faith in this, your growth. It's like you are the flower, the one flower that is just believing in growth. It's almost like you are growing through winter. As the only flower, right? Because there are so many. This is wintry, but this also, right? And with the roots, I mean, this is profound, right? With the roots, it seems to me that you are this. Oh, yeah, maybe you are just the tree. You are the tree that grows through winter, and you just grow and grow and grow, but not visibly. More or less the roots, right? But suddenly everything starts to work out. It really feels like you are working on putting together your creation, and in hindsight it really starts to grow, and it's becoming massive, right? And all the flowers and everything, the whole creation starts to grow itself, you know. It's like the creation itself is becoming alive, but also this is success that you're having with your creation. You know, it could also be a book, or, you know, where you are writing on your story for so long, and you're persevering through the disbelief that you could have, you know, by not seeing the success immediately. But you are persevering through this, and maybe even when you publish it, at first it might not take off, but suddenly things change, and community and communion and communication is coming in, and it's huge, because look at this tree. This is just big. It's big. And the root system is very, very stable, right? Yeah, because when you have to persevere through something and just believe in yourself, right? And just persevere and grow without the evidence that you will ever have leaves, right? If you are a plant or a tree, right? Yeah. And then it starts to come in, but there's also something else. So certainly this is you, right? And this is your creation, or what you're doing, everything. And it's growing. So, and all the flowers, look at that. It's like, there they are. Yeah, so, and it's somehow transforming everyone who is looking at this. You know, it's this, or also somehow nurturing, you know, with the flowers. I'm always reminded of flowers and bees and everything that nature does, right? It's this, yeah, but it's also not just transforming you somehow, because, you know, you just put yourself out there because you want you to grow. Your creation wants to grow. The only reason why you are creating is because you want to grow, right? You want it to grow. It's like the only reason why you would put seeds in the ground is for them to grow, right? But somehow, it seems to me that there are also very special connections being made because of your creation. You know, when you look at those both cards, it's like, again, the growth of some plant, tree, I don't know what this is. This really almost looks like those poppies. Like they are growing up there, right? And people meet because of that. And you know, it's this transforms somehow into this structure, right? It's a coming together, right? And where are you, though? Really feels like this is you almost. Yeah, this is you. Look, this is you, the flower growing through winter, right? Growing through the cold, healing through the cold. Healing yourself with the help of creation, somehow. But something is coming in for you that is healing you too, it feels to me, and it really feels like communication is coming in somehow, that you are appreciated. I really feel like that you are appreciated. You know, I'm getting really silent. It's busy around you, right? But somehow you are the eye of the storm, right? You are the foundation. You are the root system. And look at your community. It's big. You know, it's nature, it's everything, it's spirits, it's flowers, even houses, right? But also, I think there's someone there, you know, with this, that you didn't, maybe you had the feeling that someone would be intrigued by what you're doing somehow. Maybe you even know who this is. And it feels to me that somehow they show themselves, right? It's this, you know, from this this abstract, vague knowing to reality, right? Where the colors are visible and it just looks like things become true, right? And just because you are growing through winter. I found it very interesting that I said this, but I didn't have this card in mind, and then I looked at it, and then there the flower was growing from the snow, right? It's really interesting. So it's very, very intriguing and profound creation that you are working on, and it's supposed to heal you and others as well, right? So it seems to me that someone is coming in that you maybe had suspected and hoped for, but it seems to me that it's too good to be true. But it is not, because it will be true. Do you know what I mean? It's really nice, actually. It's really nice. So let's pull more of the story cards, right? So it feels to me that your community is gathering around you because you are persevering and you are just doing what you do, right? And you are not. The most important part in this is that you shall not stop believing in yourself and your creation. Okay, if you want to come, the artist. Oh, yeah, there we go. Flow and thinker. Yeah, that's also again more energy of your creation, right? Because you're the artist of your life, and where your creation starts, it's not when you are already creating it, just when you are in your head, right? That's when it starts, the creation, and we're putting it out there. It takes it becomes its own life, right? Yeah. It becomes something else something new, something beautiful, art somehow, but just a creation. But it's more than that, right? It goes deeper because it has got roots, right? Has got roots, and it flows. Look at that. Again, you know, flow, the movement of this. It really wants to look at the movement, because this is also moving, right? They are moving, and the flow card, it's also moving, right? And you are moving too. And now I'm noticing a spider outside of the window, and it could be that, you know, it's like making or creating a spider's web somehow, right? It's like, that's the creation somehow. But I think when I look at a spider somehow, also for me personally at least, it's a bit fear triggering. And the fact that you are creating something that you might at first maybe feel a bit the fear in this, there is a fear involved in this creation somehow. It could be the fear of the thinker, when the thinker thinks about, you know, if you were the spider and you are making your web, and maybe the fear could be, oh, what if this never, you know, if I'm building this for nothing? What if this is just a waste of time somehow, right? Because when you are creating something, of course you want to achieve something with it, right? And this could be the fear, right? But something comes in. It feels to me also that there's a lot of this community and communication energy is also somehow a part of it. It's I think you have got someone very special in mind somehow, who will also communicate their admiration for you. And this alone will somehow blow your mind, because it's this might be fear triggering somehow, right? Because it seems to me, you know, with this person here, right? If you look at them, somehow they are looking like someone established, right? Almost like someone you would see, you know, in someone well known, or someone, you know, who is admired themselves for their own creation, right? And when they tell you what they think about you and your creation, right? And they admire you to bits, right? And they are a part of your community, right? This is the biggest compliment for you that you could ever achieve, right? And I think this is going to happen. And it might not just blow your mind, but others' minds as well, because I think the person that is going to show you admiration is someone only you expected somehow, or hoped for. But others also do admire them. So it feels to me that you are really in a part of a community already, and your community is growing with strangers somehow, right? It's flowing, right? It's flowing to you, right? With all this energy, because you are holding your creation stable, right? You are just growing through. You are the flower growing through winter, right? And then there's someone coming in with this that you have really hoped for, right? With this, it's like someone you really admire, right? And they offer you somehow their thoughts about what you are doing, what you are saying, what you are creating, right? And when you are someone who is not well known just yet, and someone of magnitude somehow, cannot even, it's really showing how much respect you have for them somehow, because you really admire them and their creation, right? And when they come to you, and say how much they admire you, right? That they actually are, thinking and admiring you. Because I don't think that this person is, I think this is a person who is not, even though they are somewhat, not just somewhat, I think they are very popular and well respected, right? And I don't think that, I think they are someone, it's someone that doesn't show this, it seems to me, it's some of those, it's one of those private popular people where you have just respect because they're also not so searching for popularity that much, even though they are really popular, right? It's a very so this is going to be a very somewhat private experience, but also very touching somehow, because you saw it coming somehow. You felt it, I think. You felt your connection with this person somehow. It's a psychic connection with someone you really admire, right? And that they come in and tell you how great you are, and that they think you are just amazing and your creation is amazing and everything like that. This will literally blow your mind, right? It might or even cause you to shake somehow. It's this really too good to be true, but it's not, because it's true. And it could be the start of a very deep and profound friendship somehow. Friendship or love. There's so much love energy with red, and it's a deeper love. So there's so much coming in for you. It's community, but within the community there's one special one. Feels like really someone you really admire, and someone, I think, it's almost like when they say that they admire you, it also forms some sort of protection, because if someone who is so well respected from not just you, it could be really someone who's respected somehow even across the world somehow, right? It's really someone who has done something that has really touched and moved a lot of people somehow, right? And including you, right? And if someone like this comes in, because of this, if someone like this comes in and says they admire what you do, it also forms this protection of, where critics or people who just secretly like you and what you're doing, they are going to be almost dumbfounded, because this is blowing not just your mind, but everybody else's as well somehow. It's a form of protection somehow also. Right, it's with the root system. It's just a confirmation of what you are doing and how profound it is and how connected it is somehow. And it transforms And again, that's also a part of your healing, right? Because you have to believe in yourself when you grow through winter, right? And then someone comes in and just loves you up, and someone you really admire a lot. Even though I think this is a type of person that makes that really doesn't see a hierarchy between people, right? It's someone who knows that they are also experiencing diarrhea from time to time, like everybody else, right? So I think that's this type of person sitting very grounded, even though they could fly up high in the sky because of their own creation, right? That's lovely. Yeah. So this is coming in for you. It's transforming a lot, especially you, I think, because it could be that it really feels for me that you had to had to persist, or that you have to persist through a little bit more time, just a little bit. It doesn't feel like it's that far away, right? It's just you're planting your seeds and they are growing. It's just that, or maybe now I'm getting, it's like with community, it could be not just one person like this, suddenly they all, like, oh my god, it's like, it's opening up. It's like literally your brain is like, I love this sound effect. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna pull one card just to wrap it up. But it's, you are going to receive massive communication and massive success, and it's very nice. So yeah. Keep your heart open. Yeah, don't stop believing in yourself and in what you are doing. Okay, so as I said, you are the plant that grows through winter, and therefore don't stop. Just don't stop. Yeah, things will change dramatically for you, and it will blow your mind. And be proud of yourself. Well, I think that's coming. I think, you are probably also a type of person who's just seeing themselves like they were born naked, right? And this development that is going to happen is going to prove to you that you actually can be proud of yourself somehow. So I think there are also a lot of opportunities coming your way, right? Because one thing leads to another. It's a whole web. It's a web. It's literally a web. So yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah. So let's see what this reading is for. Sag. Okay. Yeah. Additional info is in the litter box below, and yeah. See you next time. Bye.